how I originally had Ajax designed when I created him as a hero. So I basically recreated him. I gave him the same design. Oh, how can I say this? What was it? The spry, which is basically skinny. So basically, this is the body type I first gave Ajax, and I went with for a while. But then I kept thinking he was too tall and skinny compared to how I wanted him to be, or at least too short. No, the issue was he was too short compared to all the other characters. And so I decided to fix that by it was some token that I bought that allowed me to change his body type to this. But then I was like, huh. I looked at some pictures that I took in before of when I was not about to erase this character and start all over again. So I was like, why don't I just recreate what he looked like before as this, but instead make it to where this is him when he first started out as a hero, before eventually maturing and changing his name to Ajax. At least the good Ajax. I still got his evil counterpart. Now that I think about it, because when I first started playing this game, originally I wanted to call him Brother Man, but that name was already taken. If I had known, all I had to do was just put 2 lowercase x's in both sides of his name, I would have just done that a long time ago. Because originally I wanted Ajax to be this guy's name. How can I fix that? I know there's a token you can buy to change a character's name. So I think what I do in the future, what I'll do is I'll buy some tokens to change characters' names. Change this guy's name to Chaos. And his name will still be Ajax, but it'll be the correct original spelling. While I'll keep this one as Brother Man. Because that's actually how I did it originally when I first created my characters. When I created Chaos Man, he started off as Brother Man, but eventually named himself as Chaos Man. Excuse me, before settling with just Chaos. Hey, speaking of which, I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat. Some good old Jack in the Box. Can never go wrong. At first I was gonna get an extra patty to go with my burger, but I was like, nah, I already got enough stuff on for my order. Hey, didn't I mention in one of my streams that I saw Justice League Dark Apocalypse War? Oh yeah, I did. And all I'm gonna say is, damn, is that movie tragic? Command Sergeant Freeze. Too bad there's no mission. I haven't seen any mission in this game so far where, hey, that guy's head's invisible. I have not seen a mission in this game so far where you actually fight Darkseid.
Is available in multiple combat modes and customizable colors.
was with this boring ass bow I have her wielding. Oh yeah, I remember one of my streams that I was talking about Justice League Dark Apocalypse War very briefly, but I think it was Flip who said no spoilers before I said that I had no intention on spoiling anything, which I still don't. Wait a minute, tech enhanced longbows. Oh, this one looks even cooler. Oh, look at this guy's man, where are people getting these awesome costumes? Hell, a lot of people around here walking with these awesome costumes, and I'm still trying to figure out how to get some cool costumes. Especially for Madam Washington here. I really need to hurry up and get to level 30 with her. Hey, look at this guy, the Valiant. Awesome name and costume. Man, check out what this dude is wearing. Ukiyo Sin. A lot of cool names and costumes a lot of these people have, man. I am almost jealous. Almost. How the hell is that guy a lion? There. People say that the tokens they get that turns them into certain things like manhunters, bestiomorphs. What else? So far, the most I gotten was a token that I got for Najax that turns him into a man bat. Excuse me. But for some weird reason, the only way to get that is by going through the vault, which sucks because you can only get it at random. I hate when they do that, where the only way to get some of the best stuff or some of the coolest stuff that's very elusive, you got to go through the vault. Like, oh no, you can't just buy it. You can't just unlock it somehow through some less strenuous means. No, you gotta get it by luck, basically. Fuck that. Man, I gotta find out what kind of what was it? Time cap. I need to get a certain type of time capsule so I can get the speed metal suit. Cause so far I have the speed metal arms and legs for Ajax, the good one, but so far I can't get any of the others. I wish there was something else they also did where you can get, by doing certain missions regarding that event, or not event, that basically by doing missions based on Dark Knight's metal, that's how I get time capsules specifically for Dark Knight's metal, not just whatever the current event they have going on is. I'll sell the name Growls. How do you sell a name? Seriously, it's so weird when people be all like, I'm selling this name to whoever wants to buy it. Like, why would I want to buy a name? When I could literally just create a character. Where am I at with this girl anyway? Oh, Green Lantern mission.
We've got an emergency. The Green Lantern Corps' power rings have been acting strangely, and they've traced the problem back to Earth. Problem is, so has the Sinestro Corps. They're throwing down in the historic district. Talk to the recruiter in the police station there for more.
This is Amanda Waller. You have been recruited for a classified Task Force X mission. You'll be working with members of the Suicide Squad until all objectives are complete. I advise you to stick to the mission.
You know, one thing about the little animated universe that DC did. Oh, damn. What was it called? I'm trying to remember. They had a name for it. The DC New Animated Universe? Something like that. Basically, all the animated films they did based off New 52 that started from
submit to my rule.
Baron Von Savage. Anyways, it started with Justice League Flashpoint. Oh yeah, Flashpoint Paradox with DC. I mean Justice League Dark Apocalypse War being the last movie. Kind of following the comics, where after Flash caused Flashpoint, it led to the New 52. One thing I find weird is how young they made Raven. Because even in the comics, even when they did New 52, Raven is still like what, a young adult at least? Like 18 or older? With Damian still being, what, 11 or 12? But for some reason, in the New 52 animated films, they made her around the same age as Damian. Kind of weird how they made Raven Damian's love interest in the animated films for some reason.
Greetings. The Green Lantern Corps is tasked with keeping intergalactic order, but there's something interfering with our rings. We suspect the murderous Sinestro Corps. Help us defeat their yellow power of fear, and the Corps will not forget your efforts.
This is Superman. I'm glad to see you've joined the fight against Sinestro. According to Green Lantern, whatever's disrupting their power rings is here in Metropolis. Until they find it, it's up to us to take out Sinestro's vanguard and help the Corps. Their rings draw on pure willpower. See if you can lend some of yours.
Whoa. Hey, what's that in there?
Lantern, Kel, Lo, Abin, Sur, Taan, Lek, Nok, Fomaro, Sur.
What? I have no idea what that guy said. I think that was the Blue Lantern oath in their in their unique language.
So you're working with the Corps, huh? And without even a power ring. I got a few new Corps members who could use a dose of willpower to get them through Sinestro's assault. They're up on the rooftops. Can you show them how it's done?
This one's working for the Green Lantern. Get them!
I can do this. Go!
I will wring your neck.
I'm glad you arrived. With our rings acting up, we could use the help. I'm using all my willpower. What's going wrong?
Ah, there we go.
What's wrong with you, cursed thing?
Go! I'm using all my willpower. What's going wrong?
Are you sure you want to enter?
You know, needless to say, I really like how I designed Madam Washington here, based off of Captain America. If I didn't go with Liberty Girl, for one, that name's already taken. For another thing, just sounds lame.
Thanks for the help. Let me return the favor.
Liberty Girl. Yeah, one thing I would like to do is get an RP group started. I remember this one time this group of kids tried to invite me to the RP group, and yet instead of doing any role playing, all they did was just talk shit to each other. Which reminds me, I gotta stop playing games online with kids. They're no fun at all.
I almost had them. But with my ring like this, no good. Ha, destroyed.
I like how the shotgun in this game works like any shotgun, where you have to be close in order for it to work, and the further your opponent is when you hit them with it, the less damage it does. Man, look at this guy.
Let me get my head on straight so I can push through with this game. I'll stick with you. Thanks for the assist. I'll stick with you until I'm at 100%.
Manhunter Bounty, Green Lantern Corps. Usurpers of the rightful Manhunter place as the Guardian's right hand. Apprehend or destroy on
I
sight.
hate these guys. Thanks for the assist. I'll stick with you until I'm at 100%.
Sinestro Corps' yellow powers draw on the power of fear, much like the Green Lantern rings draw on willpower. They're not friendly guys. And it looks like they're all zeroing in on City Hall. I'm updating your map.
Any attempt to discuss the situation with Sinestro has failed. Against all the evidence, he's convinced the Green Lanterns are sabotaging his Corps' rings. Since he wants a fight, give it to him. The sooner we drain the charge from those yellow rings, the better.
I assume you were sent by Superman? The Sinestro Corps is using an amplifier device.
What can I help you with?
Yes. I've got the research data and metrics. I'm on my way to drop it off now.
Lex Luthor speaking. Don't waste my time, Mr. Mayor. LexCorp employs the vast majority of Metropolis's...
Our Kilo Manhunter bounty. Dangerous criminal of the antimatter universe and confidant of the criminal Sinestro. Wanted dead or alive.
Dude, what the hell?
What can I help you with?
The only one sabotaging anything is you.
Any attempt to discuss the situation with Sinestro has failed. Against all the evidence, he's convinced the Green Lanterns are sabotaging his Corps' rings. Since he wants a fight, give it to him. The sooner we drain the charge from those yellow rings, the better.
You won't think.
watching the ring's energy signatures. It looks like something is blocking their usual power source, like it's trying to rewrite all of them somehow. Both Sinestro and Green Lantern Corps. What?
Sinestro's getting desperate. His core is capturing Green Lantern rings and holding them in yellow prison constructs to weaken the Green Lantern Corps. Free the rings. Even if the Corps can't use them, at least we'll get them out of Sinestro's hands.
Status report. Green Lantern 1. Ring status report. Ring status report. Ring status report. Green Lantern 1. I have noted your success against the Sinestro Corps. Long live the Guardians. Status report. Ring status report. Green Lantern. Ring status report. Green Lantern. Ring status report. Green Lantern.
Soon as I find the poozers who messed up our rings, I'm gonna pound their head right through the back of yesterday.
I like that. Pound their head right to the back of yesterday. Damn.
Take the Sinestro Corps' rings and hold their evil plans forever.
Fear the power of Sinestro's might.
I have noted your success against the Sinestro Corps. Long live the Guardians. Ring status report. Green Lantern 1512 deceased. Ring status report. Green Lantern 1060. Ring status report. Space Green Lantern 804 deceased. Space Sector.
Oh boy. I'm tracking a huge yellow light construct at City Hall. It looks like a giant fear generator. I'm alerting John Stewart. He'll meet you inside with the Corps.
Sinestro has created a yellow fear generator construct to boost all of his malfunctioning rings. John Stewart and Select Corps will meet you inside to help take it out. Maybe then Sinestro will listen to reason, and we can locate the source of the real disturbance. Maybe. But I doubt it.
Are you here to fight? Good. One of Sinestro's manhunters is just behind this door. He's been slightly damaged, so that may give us an advantage. Bring down the shield! We're heading in! In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern's light!
They shall rue the day they deny the beautiful taste of mini tacos. Tacos rule. Seriously, it'd be very cool if, like, when designing your characters for this game, that you can create a sort of backstory for them.
Yellow Lanterns, heralds of Sinestro, wielders of the power rings that concentrate fear.
The others. Hello.
On sight.
Oh, that was at 8:14. That's weird. Yeah, for some reason, because usually when someone comments, it lets me know if they commented. I'm not getting notifications from anyone commenting.
Ah, one of the good guys. The Sinestro Corps is using remote fear generators made from manhunters to boost their powers. I tried to scan one and the fear from it almost killed me. If you're able, scan the devices. We need to know how to shut them down.
Attack. You will pay for your crimes against the galaxy.
Your attack on Sinestro Corps powers will be punished.
Young suit, Manhunter bounty, aptitude for technology, and able to create elaborate light constructs. Wanted dead or alive on counts of aiding and abetting the Green Lantern Corps.
I mean, if he's a Green Lantern himself, then aiding and abating the Green Lanterns is kind of a given.
Hold strong, Green Lantern! John Stewart will join us for the final fight! Attack the Sinestro!
Nothing.
I see through your protests. You fear Sinestro's power. You fear what's right. But you cannot stop the Sinestro Corps. And you will pay for this attempt to limit our power.
You're crazy if you think the ring malfunctions have anything to do with us, Sinestro. But then, reason was never your strong point. You want to fight, you got one.
That last assault should have drained Sinestro's rings near zero. Maybe now the lanterns can finally track the...
My ring is drained, or I would crush you with the force of your own terrors. This is not over, lanterns, for fear dwells within us all.
Dang it.
I was the greatest of the Green Lanterns. I brought law and order in the universe. Forcing my will upon the light, I brought a new dawn to the Lantern Corps.
For some weird reason, when it comes to the Lantern mythos, it's like it's both interesting, yet somehow at the same time boring.
Where's the exit?
Thanks for the backup.
Thought he could escape, huh?
On behalf of the Corps, accept my thanks. Strangely, even with the fear generator destroyed, our rings are still erratic. We may need to call upon you again.
Joker's clowns are attacking civilians in Burnley. Nightwing was the last one in, but he's held up in the East End station with the GCPD. Batman wants you to check in with him. He'll contact you on site.
Hello, combatant. The authorized number of training marks can be exchanged for sections of state-of-the-art combat equipment. Have a fine day, combatant.
Need any merchandise to help with your everyday battle for freedom, truth, and justice?
I'm selling the stuff you need to beat back the bad guys, buddy.
Hey, I promised Gordon I'd babysit these two before they're taken to Arkham, or I'd join you out on the streets. The Joker's clowns are acting even crazier than usual because of the Joker's new toxin. That stuff is like atomized insanity. Good luck out there.
Atomized? Damn. Huh, Joe Valentine. Oh wait, no, it's not, It's not that amusement park. I already did that mission.
This is Batman. The Joker's clowns have no respect for human life, and today is no exception. When this attack
Riddler here. This coffee table book is simply derivative of a greater work.
Stay away! This is gonna get me on TV!
Oh, thank you. How are they getting away with this?
The Joker's
We need more police, more firefighters. Help!
Get away! Hey! Stay away! This is gonna get me on TV! Enough explosives to pull the riot police! Joker says to make sure all of Gotham sees.
Joker's goons are using those clown heads as bomb delivery devices. We need to get those things off the street and confiscate their...
There's no sense in any of this.
You can't do something flashy! You'll be helping us out!
How are they getting away with this? Sense we need more of this. More firefighters. Help!
Whatever's happening here is a part of a bigger plan. I've decoded the signal that began at the start of the attack, and it's a series of coordinates. I'm uploading the first one to your map now.
You can't do something flashy!
The reason I can't destroy it.
Welcome to the party! You'll make good fuel for the fire! Have their eyes on
Oh, thank you. I was about to die for the Joker. I was about to die for the...
Joker gave us enough explosives to pull the riot police!
The Riddler is back in action? Last I heard, he'd retired from a life of crime and started his own detective agency. But from these clues, he's slipping into his old criminal lifestyle. Huh. I wonder why.
I gotta stop messing with my mic so much. I'm glad this person is very patient. Like if I end up falling behind, they actually wait for me, or even go back for me.
Yeah, Joker here.
I hear my fellow Arkham X-Cat Ivy is kicking it up a notch over at the Giordano Gardens. I don't have much of a green thumb myself. I've never managed to keep a single plant alive. Or a pet. Or a friend. Spot a trend? Well, don't let me keep you. If she doesn't kill you, I'm sure I will.
Dang, Joker. That's cold.
These coordinates led us directly to another clown attack. The Riddler must want us to shut the Joker down. But why? Whatever his reason, take advantage of it. Take out the clowns and then get to Nigma's next clue.
Sergeant Tarkanian. The name sounds very familiar.
I need a drink.
Join the party.
Yeah, you know, I almost had him before he threw the gas grenade at me. No, really, never mind. Thanks. Those freaky clowns.
I need a drink.
Riddler here. I see you stopped to find my girl. What a classic game.
Join the party.
Yeah, you know, I almost had him before he threw the gas grenade. Yeah, you know, I almost had him before he threw the freaky clown. I need a drink. Ugh. Those freaky clowns. I need a drink.
Blast it up, Band X. Look who joined the party.
Joker thinks he is king, but he is a tool? It Sounds like the Riddler is saying someone is jerking the Joker's strings. Who'd be crazy enough to do that?
Enigma's second riddle. It must mean that the Joker is working with someone to make his toxin. Someone who's using the Joker for his own ends. I'm putting the third coordinates on your map. Let's see what the Riddler's next clue reveals.
Hello, I work for Wayne Tech. I've been assigned to retrieve and analyze the robots found in this area.
Get in close. Those robots, they're models of Red Tornado, the robot created by T.O. Marlowe. You'll know tomorrow. Very clever, Riddler. The previous attacks were all designed to draw attention away from the Joker's new robot squad. You know what to do.
Hard work, you know?
One in, one, new director. New director. Annihilate annoying costume trees. Please refer to page 42 of the Technician's Manual.
Addendum 13.
Oh, right, I'm still in, the other mode.
As belonging to Master Joker.
This is hard work, you know?
I apologize for termination. I'm sorry, I did not understand that response.
It doesn't take Batman to decode that last clue. Riddler's in trouble at the Monarch Trading Card Company. Updating your map.
The Riddler's
Riddler here. I'm no fan of the night, but I do enjoy controlling the pawns. Greetings, unwitting potential dupe. Welcome to Riddler's Riddle Contest Automated Kiosk, patent pending. Solve my riddle and win a prize. Ready? Gardener, lover, rich man, brute. All became pilots, each in a suit. Shot from the deck, they lie where they land, awaiting a keen eye.
I wonder if there's ever a moment where Riddler's not trying to make riddles.
This is Riddler. Ah, the Towers of Hanoi. In order to understand the towers, you must understand the towers.
That's clever. Oh, you son of a bitch. Dude, just minding your own business. Oh, sweet.
Run for your life! Another do-gooder! If they break this up, the Joker will slap us in the
Laser guns, who would have thought? Oh my goodness, go away. Man, I should have tried munitions a while ago. It's fun.
You're gonna die,
No, I feel like... Oh, you son of a bitch. As much as I want to do a roleplay group, the hard part is finding anyone who is not only interested, but I can actually cooperate with. Because most groups I've joined, or that invited me to join, that wanted to do roleplay, it was either all kids in that group, or at least one or two of them was a kid. Like the last one was someone who actually I have on my friends list in PlayStation Network, and I just remember it was just one kid after another, all of them just talking shit to each other or about someone. No actual story or anything. Nothing came of it, basically.
Hello, Batman. When is a door not a door? When it's ajar. The door to what I know is definitely ajar, Batman. If you can find your way to me. Ready? Who is this? You're not Batman, but clearly working with Batman, or you never would have found me. Very well. Solve my riddles and you will find me and my message for the Dark Knight. Well, well. We have a winner. Maybe you're not... Riddle me this. Want to get past my locks? Start to think outside the box. What I'm trying to convey will belt you, so don't delay.
Not very subtle with some of his riddles.
Riddle me this. Nicely done.
Wow, this is doing some terrible damage. Let's see, 260.
Riddler here. The Soma Cube is akin to an elegant philosophy, but I'm sure
Very
someone
good.
of your mental capacity is more familiar with the brightly colored cube.
So disappointing. Try this. Really switched. It is loud. If you intend to come on, that's not even a riddle. I'm basically spelling it out for you. Watch me embarrassed.
There's nothing about what he said that correlates to me finding this right here. Talking about a rhyme and that he's spelling it out. Yeah, no, he's not making it very clear.
The middle son, the left path tread, with dreams of riches in his head. The youngest took the middle pass, a wife he hoped to find at last. The eldest the right road did claim, a fine estate was his good aim. The roads did wind and twist and bend, but each path seemed a strange dead end. To dodge fail even the most elementary of riddles. Order not their paths, but instead their ages. This machine is out of order. Move along.
Wow, son of a bitch.
Apologies for my overly protective bodyguards. I had, of course, already determined that you aren't Joker's assassin.
Your time's up, Enigma. I never fail a contract.
It's Deathstroke! You have to protect me from him! I'll tell you everything! Just don't let him kill me!
I'll kill you for free.
Help me! Why, Deathstroke. I'd have thought the man famed to use 90% of his brain would have figured it out already. Jokers
don't think you can win.
Well, that's kind of rude, interrupting him like that.
I see. The Joker's transfer was denied for insufficient funds. Well, there you are. No money, no contract, no funeral for you, Riddler.
After that, maybe I don't mind Batman not showing after all. Tell Batman, T.O. Morrow was working with the Joker, but he's gone rogue. That toxin is far more dangerous than anything the Joker's used before. And Tio Morrow has the real formula. Now, I'm going to go hide somewhere where the Joker will never find me. Come on, girls.
Man, getting to go into hiding with 2 hot women with him. Sign me up for that. Oh, come on. Need to close the window blinds.
Riddler here. This puzzle box, when correctly put together, reveals an internal secret. Think of it like the prize inside a box of booster bits.
Booster bits? Yeah. Booster Gold needs to slow down with the advertisement business. There we go, there's one more card I'm supposed to find. Now let's see, I think I already found a card over in this room before. Unless it's in one of these boxes. Nope. Where is it then? There you are. Man, talk about incredible amounts of patience. I hate these kind of blinds, where you gotta pull all the damn strings to try and close it. It's confusing as all hell. There we go.
The only thing that could ever get Deathstroke to back off a hit is lack of funds. It's a point of honor. I'd say the Joker just made a serious
Point of honor?
And that if the Riddler's really as smart as he thinks he is, he'll take Echo and Query and stay hidden for a while.
Now that we know the Joker is working with Tio Morrow, we can start making plans to take them both down. The new Joker toxin is far too dangerous to leave in their hands, not to mention Morrow's Jokerized robots. Thank you for your help today. Speak to Nightwing in the safe house. Batman out. You know, I remember in one clip I was watching from Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, it was on YouTube, and I was looking in the comments section, and there was a couple of one guy was explaining how what makes it scary about Darkseid and Apocalypse War is knowing that as powerful as he is, that's just another one of
Apocalypse's avatars, because the true Apocalypse, not Apocalypse, Darkseid, I mean, the true Darkseid is this.
So you made it out alive against Deathstroke. You're one tough customer.
That's actually the,
And
like the
that's
way
good,
they.
because with T.O. Morrow working with the Joker, we're gonna need every hero we've
How
got.
am I this far? I can still hear you clearly.
This is Oracle. The international crime organization Intergang has created a new religion based on their so-called crime Bible. We need...
Now, where was I? Oh, yeah. How each and every single version of Darkseid, throughout comic books, animation, live action, any and all forms that Darkseid appeared in are all literally just avatars of the one true Darkseid. Because the way DC portrays their gods is as, how did I want YouTube to describe it? Bodiless ideals, where essentially each and every version of Darkseid is a or Darkseid himself being the manifestation of evil, being a literal god of evil, basically. And what was that event where Darkseid's true form was seen? It was in some crossover comic. Oh, Final Crisis. Towards the end of Final Crisis, you see what Darkseid really, truly looks like. And that every version of Darkseid ever seen, ever fought, ever defeated were all just avatars, physical avatars created by the true original version of Darkseid to interact with the multiverse. So even if Darkseid in the mainstream comics, even if he was defeated and destroyed, it's just a mere, like I said, a mere physical avatar used by Darkseid to interact with the I want to say mortal realm. Yeah, it makes sense, mortal realm. What's weird is how one guy on YouTube was explaining that how the Darkseid in the animated films, in the new 52 animated films, how he was explaining how I just explained Darkseid just now. But one guy was like, yeah, they may be canon, but it's not canon here. And it's like, yeah, it is. Literally any version of Darkseid, that one included, are just physical, is just one of many, many physical avatars. And that's just the way DC made it a long time ago. So you can't say it's not canon for that version, because it is. Alright, turn voices off in this game. Visioner. Well, hello. Oh, Visioner, not Vision. I gotta upgrade Madam Washington to a suit like that. Mental Rages? Check this dude's costume out. When did I make her? When did I make Madam Washington? I think it was last month. No, it had to be longer than that. I'd say about like 2.5 months, if not 3 months ago. Wow, this guy's costume's pretty cool. A healer? Yeah, for me, healer and damage are the best roles. Tank roles only the best when you manage to get your character to a certain level, or get their combat rating to a certain level, so they don't die so easily. Although usually I just make sure not to sign up for the I just make sure not to sign any mission I join. I try not to join if I have the tank role. I have yet to ever actually use controller. Usually when I switch roles, that's just to switch movesets. I don't try to like play that specific role. Unless I'm healer. Like healer I can definitely use well. Controller I have yet to have the opportunity. Probably will once I start queuing up for more 4-player missions. You know, I've never been one to create a character without giving them my own personal backstory for them. I still wish you could type out a backstory for your character.
I belong to the religion of crime.
Minigun, bitch.
Drown in blood before a weakling unbeliever like you makes me talk.
Weakling? We just put your ass.
Wait! Just in case the prophecy isn't true, I'll tell you. Mannheim says the crime Bible promises infinite power once he kills the twice-named daughter of Cain. He's doing it tonight. That's all I know.
The people who use healer role while leveling are dumb. If only heal while living. Yeah, with a group. Like I said, I usually just switch, like the whole switching roles thing, even while leveling, that's just to switch between different movesets. So I can have different powers to use at almost any given time.
Batwoman has a lead on a nearby intergang warehouse. Meet up with her on site. If Mannheim is planning to murder someone, we've got to get there now. I'll try to contact Batwoman in the question so you can join forces.
Don't worry, Batwoman will save you. You know, honestly, Madam Washington is so far the very first character I created who's actually based on a pre-existing character.
I commit your soul to Cain.
I will admit, the way that guy growled was pretty creepy. There we go. You know, Celestial it's not bad, but it's definitely not for beginners. It's definitely a more intermediate type of power.
The Book of Blood, Chapter 40.
You know, the way the audio sounds with whoever is reading off this Book of Blood, it's also very creepy.
And setting his hands upon her.
Laser gun!
Spoke with blood hot on his neck. What ye name virtue, I call weakness. For ye lust heartily, but have not strength nor courage enough to slake it.
Sheesh, and people want to have the nerve to say that listening to the Bible is creepy at times.
I'm showing a terminal nearby.
It'd be creepy if there's an actual religion. Some cults, I don't know, the whole cult business I don't get into. Cults, occults, I don't get into those. You range, DPS, or melee. You know, I never actually figured out what the hell DPS is. I wonder if I can find that out on here. Yeah, I have no idea what the hell a DPS is.
Take him out.
Just a roll. Just a roll. I still don't know what DPS is. All I know is that my preferred role is damage. I prefer to be one of those doing the damage. I usually only do healing if there's no other healer on the team, or depending on how difficult the mission is.
No. It's a trap.
The trap is sprung. Rejoice, my shapeshifters. The prophecy is fulfilled. The twice-named daughter of Cain, Batwoman, will die as the crime Bible foretells.
What a creep.
Ah, look, Kyle. Another sheep to the slaughter. So you think to stop the prophecy?
Oh, damage roll stands for damage per second.
Well tonight.
Oh.
They are mine, Whisper.
Damage per second. All I know is as far as with weapons, with Madam Washington it varies because I have both. I have both ranged and melee based weapons. Oh dang, they got locked out. Laser gun for the win, bitch. Man, I can't believe it wasn't until I created Madam Washington that I bothered giving any character munitions. Should not have underestimated munitions for as long as I have. Melee type guy. Yeah, melee is very fun. It's just I have Madam Washington switch between back and forth because of the backstory I gave her, where her mother is an Amazonian while her father is a human who served in the military. Thus, she's good with melee and ranged weapons.
Target Tango. Designation static. This target relies almost completely on his ability to command electricity and magnetism. Martial threat is null. Avoiding electrically hot environment and restricting use of weapons to non-conductive materials will impair his overall effectiveness by 3-fold.
You know what sucks is knowing that Deathstroke is right outside of knowing how to use his powers. Static stands no chance in combat against an expert hand-to-hand combat.
This is Gotham Now, and I'm Vicky Vale. The menace known
Damn it,
only
Vicky.
as Brainiac has attacked our planet and bottled up our cities. He's leveling entire neighborhoods in his quest to regain the exobytes. Luckily, a whole new generation has risen to fight this menace. Some led by our own Batman and, believe it or not, the Joker. These are our best hope against the alien menace.
Wait, where the hell am I going?
This was all just
Oh shit, I've been going the wrong way.
Your Batwoman for Intergang's ritual. I'm activating her tracking device. Follow the trail. The question is on her way. She'll meet you there.
Yeah, wait till the last second to meet us there. I gotta remember to activate my missions instead of just running off around the direction.
Planning to sacrifice her to fulfill the Crime Bible's prophecy. Get there and rescue Batwoman.
Wow. But yeah, what was I about to say? Oh yeah, Madam Washington. Needless to say, I based her off of Captain America. Where my idea for her is, like I said, her mother is an Amazonian, while her father is a human who served in the military, and she received combat and fighting tactics from both of them growing up. And that her backpack is basically like magic that she got from her mother, that her mother herself found during one of her many times fighting in battles off of Themyscira. And gotta admit, it's kind of overkill using rocket. Rocket launcher or missile launcher. I don't know, rocket launcher, missile launcher. They're all the same to me. But anyways, so her backpack, it's a magical backpack that has infinite space. In other words, known as hammer space in cartoons. And that's where she keeps all her weapons. With the shield she fights with being basically a prized possession. It was her mother's very first weapon that she ever used, that she passed down to Madam Washington. I'm still trying to think of a good civilian name for her. Wanna hear it? Yeah, go ahead. Like video games that allow you to create your own character, it's almost impossible for me to play the game like that without thinking up of a backstory for them. Man, that'd be scary to deal with, where you're going through some dark warehouse, especially if it was a poorly lit one, huge as it is, and And you gotta deal with all these creatures just jumping out of nowhere, out of the dark. It's surprising you. I have like so many characters by now. I have a total of 8 characters.
So that ye might learn the truths that are hidden, that ye might pull secrets hidden in the very hearts that hide them. And so to my kingdom rise anew upon the earth in Cain's name.
Saith the Crime Bible, let the razor cut quick and right. In Cain's name, we commend the heart of this wayward daughter. May the fires of pain and rage blaze on earth. In Cain's name!
As far as cults that worship evil, these guys are creepier than freaking the cult of Trigon. Probably because the way they talk and the way they act is so much like those evil cults that exist in real life.
I shall devour you screaming!
Batwoman, I promise we'll get you out of here.
Fallen Vazeus. I hope I said that right.
I shall devour you, stain a red rock! Your blades will run red! You have not stopped the prophecy of crime. All is written in the vile book.
Take the book. Hang in there, Batwoman. We'll get you to a doctor.
Religion of crime is targeting me. I need to know why.
Batwoman is safe, and we have the Crime Bible. Whatever this prophecy may be, we need to make sure it never comes to pass. I'll keep you posted. Oracle out.
The Book of Blood, Chapter 3, Verse 10. Thus will I mark thee, that ye might...
Shut up. Let's see. Fallen Vazeus. A big Flash fan lived in lived in Central City. His mom and dad died from a crisis in Central City, leaving him and his brother Viz left as they were saved by Flash. And he grew up idolizing Flash, and since then wore a trench coat with a Flash logo for the rest of his life. While growing up, he found energy relics that worked as shoulder plates and gauntlets.
My sensors indicate you have strong exobyte-gifted powers. Why do you fight against me? Your gifts are gifts from me. They came from my future technology. You are a child of Brainiac. Do not fight. Join your master. Give me your powers. Become one with Brainiac.
So I already explained who Madam Washington's parents are, as to why she's so good at fighting and so well versed in weapons and fighting, as I just said. And so she's like in her she started her second year of high school recently, but now let's see. So she's been training in martial arts and combat overall since she was a little kid, but
Hello,
spent her time.
The authorized number of trading marks can be exchanged for sections of state-of-the-art combat equipment.
Shut up, you damn robot. Let's see. She spent some of her free time, or no, most of her free time during her first year of high school, getting together the equipment she would need as part of her attempt to get ready to fight crime when she felt she was ready.
Have a fine day, combatant.
And it was during when her second year of high school started that she decided to dedicate her time to fighting crime.
Hello, combatant. The authorized number of trading marks can be exchanged for sections of state-of-the-art combat.
And it started off as usual, her fighting mostly street-level crime, but as time went on,
taking the fight to the villains
she
of the world,
basically got a little involved in helping fighting supervillains as well.
Commissioner Gordon wants to make sure you guys have the best Wayne Tech gear out there. It's all inspired by Batman. Take a look.
And Viz was taken for evil by Red Lanterns, but broke out, but with the Red Lantern ring working for heroes. And they fought a war in Central City where Flash was close to dying in that war. Vizeras found guns, turrets, weapons, and bombs, was infected by Venom, broke free from it, still had Venom inside him, which made him mad and killed every enemy in the war, making him respected by every hero.
I've secured a shipment of the best equipment for all our security needs. I've secured a shipment of the best equipment for all our security needs.
The only thing I would say about the origin is that it sounds a bit out of place for heroes to respecting him, or to be respecting him if he killed almost all the villains or all the enemies in the war. Since most heroes try to be all like, oh, killing is wrong no matter what happens, you can't kill no one, which is weird.
Trying to contact Aquaman, but we can't wait. Speak to Martian Manhunter at the Chinatown safe house. He has on-the-spot information.
It's like, for some reason, if a henchman is killed, no one really cares that much. Or they don't even take the time to confirm if that henchman was killed or not. But if it's like a major villain, oh, then people start freaking out about it. Hypocrisy and double standards. Long story, but good, hopefully. So I'm trying to get the gist of it. So the main character is Vizeus. Viz is his brother. Viz, because of his parents' death, was consumed by his anger, and that's how he got the Red Lantern ring. But eventually defected from the Red Lantern rings, or from the Red Lantern Corps, but still managed to hold on to his Red Lantern ring, which is really not out of place. Like someone defecting from a corps but still keeping the ring, it's happened.
Welcome to Exploration Adventures with
like
Booster
when
Gold. I'm Booster Gold.
I spoke to Aquaman.
Like when Guy Gardner.
Recently. He misses his wife, Queen Mira, but he did not mention this war.
Yeah, shut up, man. Let's see, like with Guy Gardner, when he defected from the Red Lanterns after he joined them for a time. And that was this. Oh, that's something else. So even though he defected from the Red Lanterns, he still managed to hold on to the Red Lantern ring and even had a few of the other Red Lanterns leave and join him after defecting from Atrocitus. In fact, if I remember, the only Red Lantern who didn't defect from Atrocitus was Dexter. Damn that cat. Let's see. Where's it? Oh, here it is. Shield. Soul Fetchers. Sounds mystical. Man, I would not live in a place that's called Suicide Slums. Like, seriously, how bad do living conditions have to be? Like, how often is how bad is the suicide rate where you actually have the place called Suicide Slums? I made a full backstory for Viz. Oh, I'm assuming Viz is the younger brother. What was it? How was it pronounced? Vizawas? I'm assuming Vizawas is the older brother. Criminal. That guy tried to whack me with a damn crowbar. Demon Junior 666, beat the whole fuck out of your face. What the hell? Hey, this is that Aquaman mission. This mission is kind of annoying. And what makes it annoying is all the shit you had to do while fighting these people before you finally get inside to confront the bosses within.
Can you not find the tide stones?
will serve King Arthur and Queen Mira.
Someone, please help! You need to stop them before they turn. I was afraid I'd be their slave forever.
Their parents were prisoners for 5 years before Vizal was born. Huh, prisoners, eh?
You weak humans should welcome our mastery.
You need to stop them before they turn the whole city. You will all be slaves.
Oh shit, I was not paying attention to my health. Dang it. I'm gonna do this mission, I'm gonna switch to one of my other characters. The One Punch Man. Get out of here with that, man. Another thug trying to break in.
You ain't getting right. Can a guy catch a break?
And another thug trying to break in. Give me a break here.
Can a guy catch a break?
Atlanteans, it is Mara, your queen. I have returned. Now, together with all of your people, I command you, rise! Enslave the Drylanders! Claim your heritage and rule earth, sea, and air. No longer have blood power the waves. Attack! And take what is ours. Atlantis, again!
Seriously, and no one questioned the fact that Cersei, that it was clearly Cersei disguised as Mira? The last time I checked, Mira does not exactly sound a lot like, Mira does not sound a lot like Cersei. At least not in this game. Not to mention the fact that Mira, unlike Cersei, doesn't want to, isn't one of those take over as superiors, or wait, take over as superiors. What the hell am I talking about? Anyway, Mira's never been one of the types where she's like, we should enslave the Drylanders or some shit like that. I think what it is that because Arthur's under a mind control, that technically they can't disobey the king.
I was afraid I'd be their slave forever.
And at the same time, I bet you a lot of those Atlanteans have been waiting for the right opportunity to invade. The Viz was taken by the Red Lanterns, as you know, and the Green Lanterns had raided them because they found out they had Viz and everyone was distracted except Killua, who broke Viz out of his cell. And took him to safety but forgot about the ring which Viz couldn't take off. Yeah, that is right! Red Lanterns can't remove their rings without risking death. In fact, if I remember, Supergirl is the only example of someone successfully taking off a Red Lantern ring and surviving. Took to his view was home. Oh, neat. So far, the only one person I know who's created a tune with whose lore is heavily involved with the Green Lanterns. The Green Lantern mythos, as I said before, is cool, but like in some ways it's cool, but in some other ways it's like it's boring. I really can't imagine myself being a Green Lantern, seeing as how the Green Lanterns are basically space police.
The Atlanteans are teleporting via magical tide pools further into Suicide slums. Shut down their reinforcements and restore their kidnapped victims before the tide takes them all.
Hellish Atlantean Mako. I ain't fighting those guys.
Volunteer for the transformation.
Transformation? Fuck you. Hey, what's up, Flip? You know what's funny, Flip? If you were a character in Mega Man, they would literally just call you Footman. I mean, I don't see why not. They got so many other characters whose names have a special code name followed by a man. Splash Man, Cut Man, Mega Man, known in Japan as Rockman.
And revolutionary.
And I would be Brother Man. Why? Because it's awesome and funny. Fuck you guys. Oh, there it is. Let's see. How Jordan almost died. Oh, you son of a bitch. Atlanteans, man. Guess that'd be similar to Top Man. Top Man.
For the transformation.
Hal Jordan almost died when Atrocitus almost forced a Red Lantern ring on him. But Hal spoke the Green Lantern... The Green Lantern same thingy? The Green Lantern oath. And broke free from Atrocitus and then making him Dexter leave. Oh, no, that's what happened in the game. It was, yeah, because that's exactly what happened in the game in Injustice 2. Where during Green Lantern's chapter, while he's in Atlantis, that whole thing that you just described happens. Then you fight Atrocitus, and Atrocitus ends up leaving.
And Queen Mira lead a race of proud Atlanteans, but invading Metropolis seems a bit drastic.
Very drastic. But yeah, it would have been cool if Atrocitus stayed and helped them, only out of wanting to,
Aquaman will not answer my hails.
like, keep taking any... Shut up, Wonder Woman.
Never condone this invasion.
Like, taking almost any chance he can to try to persuade Hal Jordan to join the Red Lanterns, while also wanting to kill Brainiac out of vengeance for all the people who have been killed or bottled up. I still feel like with Injustice 2 in that game, it should have been Supergirl who gets the final battle, the final fight against Brainiac instead of Batman.
Power crystals in their magics.
Slave-monger fish people!
Yeah, shut up, woman.
The Atlanteans have planted magical artifacts along the docks that enable them to breathe on land. If we destroy them, we can force the Atlanteans to...
Yeah, and if I remember, he also once almost wielded a Yellow Lantern ring. I'm trying to remember how one of my friends was talking about it years ago, and he said the way that it went was basically not Superman. Batman was offered a Yellow Lantern ring, and this was long before Injustice. So Batman was offered a Yellow Lantern ring because of his ability to inspire fear. And one of my friend, he was paraphrasing the whole thing, and he was saying that that Batman was basically like, "Nah, man, I'm good. I don't need no ring." Sheesh, too many of you motherfuckers.
Martian Manhunter deciphered some Atlantean thoughts before they shut him out. They say Queen Mira is causing this war, and Aquaman is her devoted slave. Slave, huh? Anyone else find that suspicious?
I sense Circe's crew lies in this endeavor. You must stop this invasion where it begins. Martian Manhunter will meet you below the abandoned shipyards. Perhaps together you can break
Who's your
through to
favorite DC
Aquaman
character?
and restore him to reason.
That's hard to decide between... Definitely my top picks would be Superman, Shazam, Swamp Thing. Let's see, Superman, Shazam, Swamp Thing, Black Adam. They are definitely one of my favorite picks for my favorite character. For like 5 minutes and he tossed it. That is so something Batman would do. Use something for a few minutes, then be all like, "Nah, I'm good. I can do this on my own," and then just toss it like, yeet. Dude, I want to see that in a comic where someone's using a lantern ring, but that lantern ring eventually runs out of power, and they be all like, and they make a reference to a meme where someone goes, "This bitch empty, yeet." I want to see that. I wonder how many people would get pissed off if that actually happened in a comic. I would so do that just to humor myself. Like I'm using a lantern ring and it runs out of energy. I'm like, man, this bitch empty. Yeet! And just toss that motherfucker.
Perhaps together you can break through to Aquaman and restore him to reason.
And though the seas have tempest-tossed Queen Mera
those
and
tide
our
stones
king,
carry only
always
minor
their love
magic.
stayed true.
They draw from a greater magic source located beneath the docks.
Damn. Did that in the Justice League cartoon. What's your favorite? Shazam is my second favorite. They can never do it with the red one though. Obviously. My favorite Lantern? Cool. Yeah, it's definitely the Red Lanterns. The Red Lanterns are my favorite. They kind of did that in the Justice League cartoon. He didn't yet the ring, but it was dead, and he had to fall back on his military training. Who? Jon Stewart?
I cannot scan these Atlantic mines, but I can disguise us both, so we can move freely among them. I will scout ahead. You speak to them and find
Ocean
out
Master?
their plans.
The Tide's ritual will ensure our success.
With our tide ritual, the tides will soon overflow the land. Glory to Arthur!
Yeah, I like how they did that with Justice League
The
cartoons.
seal men of the bitter lands beneath the South Pole.
Instead of Barry Allen, they went with Wally West, and instead of Hal Jordan, they went with Jon Stewart. I still wish they allowed Shazam, or who known as Captain Marvel at the time. I wish he had stayed as part of the series, as part of the main team. Seriously, he only showed up for one episode and then never appeared again. They should have used him in more episodes. Especially in the two-part finale when Darkseid was attacking Earth with a full-scale invasion. Definitely Shazam should have showed up as one of the main especially as one of the main players. But instead, they just had him in that one episode, and he just basically bowed out after that, which was stupid. I hate how DC keeps doing this to him. For some reason, Shazam's just the one who keeps having to take all these L's. He either plays a very small role in a lot of big events, if any kind of role, or he ends up getting his ass kicked and ends up dying at some point. Mine is the orange. A Superman Shazam show. I don't know about a show, but I know there was an animated film where those two teamed up. It was Superman, Shazam, The Return of Black Adam.
Sea Fury arms
I really did like that one.
the core munitions of the Atlantean army.
That's definitely one of the few in animation or in any form in which Shazam and Superman appear, where Superman kind of takes a back seat to Captain Marvel, as he was known at the time. You know, I'm kind of glad they switched his name to Shazam. It's just a cooler name than Captain Marvel to me, honestly. It's like the only time Shazam really gets the respect he deserves from DC is when he's basically in his solo series. Crossover events of any kind, he doesn't really get to do much, or as much as he should. I remember Shazam actually had his own live-action series back in the 70s. And actually, one thing I don't think most people know is that Shazam actually appeared in live-action first before Superman. It was like what they call a TV serial, something like that. A little like TV mini movie in which Shazam appeared. And this was, I can't remember when that one was. I think that was back when TV was still in black and white. But then later on, he got his own live-action TV series, which was in the 70s. Yeah, he also had, that's right. He also had his own cartoon. Just psychic level. Yeah, I know they changed it because of licensing, because Marvel wanted the name Captain Marvel. But anyway, so where was I? I can't remember what the name of the show was, but they did make one for Captain Marvel, or I mean Shazam, and it was with Mary Marvel and Freddie Freeman as his sidekicks. Red Hood with his own show and movie? That'd be interesting. Okay, what the hell? I'm gonna go towards the exit if they'll let me leave and then come back in. That should work. Alright, I just remembered something funny that happened to me yesterday. It was around last night, and I was playing Mortal Kombat 11 online, and so there's this dude who, before we even started the match, when we were just selecting our characters, he already started talking mad shit, saying that he was gonna pick his weakest character, and told me to not be surprised if I end up losing or something like that. Basically, he was just rambling on and on about some stupid stuff. But then, throughout the whole match, he didn't say nothing. I was playing Jax, and he... Wait, was I Jax? Yeah, I was Jax. He picked Johnny Cage, and I ended up winning. It was either Jax or... It was either Jax or Geras. It was either Jax. Geras got all mad and butthurt over it, saying, "Okay, you didn't have to go and do a fatality on me in casual." And I was like, but it's Mortal Kombat. You're supposed to. That's literally one of the things that makes Mortal Kombat so popular is fatalities. And he's like, yeah, but you didn't have to do that. I said I was going to pick my weakest... Then he tried to sound all tough. He's like, well, I said I was going to pick my weakest character, but if you want to go all out, we can do that. We can play for $500. Like, he actually tried to challenge me to play a set for $500 and asked me if I had PayPal. So at first I pretended like I was going along with it. I was like, yeah, we can do that. We can definitely do that. But then right before I left, I was like, yeah, we can do that. Fuck you. And I went to go search for another opponent. That was so stupid of him, honestly. What I'm wondering is how do you get mad at someone doing a fatality to you in Mortal Kombat? Like, it's Mortal Kombat. People doing fatalities. You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to kill them. I don't know how it doesn't make no difference if you're playing casual or ranked or whatever. I don't know what that guy's problem was, but and to top it all off, the fact that he challenged me to play for $500. How serious do you take a casual match that you try to play someone for fucking $500? Pool shark me. What is this, like someone trying to scam me out of money? Which I'm pretty sure that's probably what he was trying to do. Like, either he was so confident that he could beat me and thus I would have to pay him $500, or if I were to beat him, he wouldn't pay me the $500 like he had promised. I'm pretty sure that's how it would have happened. Because it's like, how do you take it so serious? How do you challenge someone to $500 like that? Someone you don't even know if they're really even gonna pay that. And he tried to like make himself sound like he was all that by saying that he picked his weakest character. Talking about we could play for $500. Fuck that. Well, I'm gonna take a quick restroom break, and I shall be right back. Yeah, he wanted to make you beat him, and he wanted you to think you'd wait. He wanted to make you want to beat him, and he wanted you to think you'd win. Man, that's weird. Anyways, I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Firestorm and Blue Beetle are like best friends and everything. Blue Beetle has his movie that he got in like the 80s, but Firestorm has never had his own movie, which I want to see. Blue Beetle had his movies back in the 80s. Are we talking about the original or the second Blue Beetle? Because if I remember, the second Blue Beetle, Jaime Reyes, whatever, he made his debut somewhere in the 2000s. Earth shaped like the planet Oa, or something like that. Gotham Warfront, or Gotham Under Siege. Ooh, this is creepy, but I like it. I remember one of the earliest versions of Najax that I created. I gave him the power of fire. Damn, was that power was so much fun. The hell, it's taking a sweet time loading. I hate when this happens. Get the fuck out of here, Batman. Let's see, Cavron Slimline. I think this is it. Yeah, here it is. Alright, I forgot the emblem. I'm sorry for killing you guys. I only have beef with Josako Bakugo or something like that. Weird. Always something weird going on in the chats. Anytime I join, there's always some people saying some weird shit in the chat. Power fire is ice, but ice powers. Shut up, Flip! Heat Wave will always be my favorite. Heat Wave, that one Flash villain who's part of the Rogues Gallery, or no, what's the name of that group of villains that Captain Cold leads? If I remember, I think they're literally called just the Rogues. Whoa, Quantum Silva, cool costume. honestly, that character I was just looking at, Quantum Silva, their skin tone along with having white hair reminded me of when Sentry was once one of Apocalypse's, it was something that put him on under some kind of mind control. It was being controlled by Apocalypse, and whatever it was, I think it was something he ingested, or something he was injected with. I think it was called Apocalypse Seed, and it gave him blue skin and white hair. Oh, she's offline. Yeah, the music that plays when you enter the Watchtower, or when you go to Metropolis as one of the good guys, the music is very nice to listen to. Culinary stove, I'll take that. Now to see, oh, dang it, see where I can donate to my league. This movement token will allow you to change the movement type of your character. And I'll keep him as flight for now. Oh, I'll donate that. Yeah, so far I see no reason to switch his movement type. Battery fragments. Use this for certain plans to develop. Okay. I still need to find some way to obtain dark multiverse time capsules. Don't want to buy them though, cause I'm trying to get the rest of the speed metal set. Doesn't even have to be specific. It could be an enhanced or, well, actually no. I actually do want both versions. The enhanced and the regular. Man, I hate when the coolest stuff that you want to get you can't buy. For some reason they make you go through all this bullshit just to obtain it somehow.
Bring me proof that you are a champion, and we will begin.
Captain Cold is a good dude to hang out with because he's always so... Shut up! Damn, dude! You're on a... What was it? I almost say you're on a riot today. No, but you're on a roll. Let's see, requires controller roll and do. Okay, that's just another thing that I find is stupid, where you have to have a role, be a specific role just to attain an item. Like, why would you give me something for the controller role if you know my character doesn't have that?
This suit cannot be bought. It must be earned. Bring me proof that you are a champion, and we will begin.
I wish there was some way I could transfer the Shazam time capsule to someone else. Like, create a character, give them electrical powers, and then transfer the Shazam time capsules to them. You say shut up, but you left me. My shared bank? Wait, what do you mean my shared bank? Thank you for subscribing. Hey, wait a minute. Where do they keep banks? I know over here these are the brokers. Wait, what is this? This is mail. These are the brokers. Dude, look how much they be selling a lot of these things. $8 million for a collective item. Like seriously, who the fuck is gonna pay $8 million for a simple collection item? Well, let's go to these items. Price ascending. Now look at this. $2 million for barbarian. For a barbarian chess piece. Or barbarian style. And it's only 239 defense, 359 health, 179 power, 80 precision, 158 might, 71 restoration, 44 vitalization, 0 dominance, 158 weaponization rating. There is no way that is in any way, shape, or form worth $2 million. And look, this has the exact same combat rating and everything as that $2 million item, except this style is Jakir, but still the same defense, health, and all that other stuff. And yet it's $15 million. You can get barbarian so easily just to keep it sorrow. Whoa, check out this character. Made in America. Made in America? Alright, will not let me send her the message. Oh, this bank. Let's see. Shared bank. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Shared bank. So I want to put the Shazam time capsule in there. The respect token. Yeah, I wonder if I could take all the items for Shazam. I mean, for take all of Ajax's items and put that in the hell won't let me put it in there. Oh, that sucks. Oh well. You know, one thing I would actually like to do. Normally, I don't create characters, or I don't try to create pre-existing characters and make them in this game. But one thing I would like to try is see if it's possible to make a Superboy Prime. Because out of all the different versions of Superman, that's like one of my favorite alternate universe characters. I don't know how I could have said that any better. But yeah, as far as like characters that are specifically, how can I describe it? It's like you have the main comic book character. You have like Superman, the main universe or mainstream. But then you have all these other ones from alternate universes that live or that exist simultaneously. And for DC, there's one other Earth that exists or existed before it was wiped out, called Earth Prime, where Superboy Prime is from. And I actually I really like the way Superboy Prime's powers work, in that he has literally the exact same powers as every other Kryptonian, only at a much higher scale. So basically, he's physically superior to mainstream Superman. The only problem is that because he absorbs red sun radiation, not red sun, he absorbs yellow sun radiation faster than regular Kryptonians, he also burns through it. So unlike other Kryptonians who, even in a place where there's no direct sunlight, if they absorb plenty of sunlight before, they can still keep using their powers. Whereas with Superboy Prime, once he enters it, like at nighttime or anywhere there's no direct sunlight, he loses his powers immediately, almost immediately. That's why at one point he had to build that. Have a fine day. I don't think he calls it a solar suit, but it was some kind of armor he made that directly feeds him solar energy. Multiverse theory makes my brain bleed. Good old MMO auction houses. Ludicrous economies. Ludicrous, more like... Hey, get the fuck out of my way, man. More like fucking selfish as all hell. So I need to do one more stabilizer mission. Let's see, it's another 2 hours, but I don't want to wait 2 hours. Oh, first I'll go see what I can get in the vote for an Ajax. I still want to do that whole name changing thing. Switch this character's name to Chaos Man. Switch the other guy whose name I have as Najax. Make him the only one known as Najax.
To Joker's room of
And
fun, mayhem, and prizes. What will it be? Something to flatten your opponent? Or just some useless crap? No. Take your money and take your chances. Break the presents, get your prizes.
man, a lot of characters just love to talk in this game. They like the long speeches. But definitely Joker. Joker, he just, the kind of speeches he gives, he just loves hearing himself talk. Anyway, I've been watching this cartoon from DC Comics, DC Superhero Girls. Let's see, there's the original web series, which it's not bad. Like, I don't mind watching it. It's kind of enjoyable. It's just that the action in it is usually very lacking. But the one I'm talking about is the TV series, the 2019 version. That's also called DC Superhero Girls. I don't know why they couldn't just give it a different name to differentiate? Whatever. His ego can't handle it. Anyways, I wish they'd just given it a different name, besides also calling it DC Superhero Girls. But the 2019 TV show, I like it. I don't know. It's not like when the live action film Captain Marvel was made, and it was so obvious that it was feminist propaganda and shit like that. But I just don't like how they take a lot of the male characters, like Superman and Green Arrow, and make them into complete douchebags. Like, seriously, in DC Superhero Girls, the 2019 series, Superman is such an uncaring asshole towards his own cousin. Like, Supergirl goes through a lot of trouble having to put up with idiot civilians who for some reason refuse to acknowledge that she's her own type of person and is more than just Superman's cousin. For some reason, people just see her as just that, just like, oh, she's Superman's cousin, or sometimes some even confusing her for Superman's sister, even though she keeps telling them otherwise. She does not get the respect that she deserves. Differentiate. Shut up, you nerd. The Wonder Woman. Now that is awesome. Let's see. Anyone know how to get the Star Wars Guard base? Man, a lot of these people just be standing around for a very long time. Well, I can't talk. I do the same thing myself sometimes. That's because usually I'm either distracted doing something, or I don't know. There's just those that you just see just standing around for almost what seems like hours. Like you can leave, go somewhere, do something, and come back, and they're still just standing there. It's creepy. They're like just statues.
Can be exchanged for sections of state-of-the-art combat equipment.
Oh, now I remember what I was gonna do. No, I don't want to disconnect. But I only have 6 Shazam items. I hope that's enough to get the items that I want. Cause so far, Najax, the good one, he's like the only one who I have Shazam based gear for.
My greatest triumph was at hand. I only hope I...
Targets identified. Select gender and body type.
Yeah, wouldn't that be cool?
Select exobyte download type. Create a custom configuration or imprint using data from an Earth hero or villain. Select a hero or villain morality.
You know, it'd be cool if... I remember at one point back before during the modern age of comics, before New 52, Black Adam, he actually passed his power, some of his powers on to what was it, Isis? Yeah, Isis, his wife. She had a brother who was beaten severely by some guys who kidnapped him at one point, and so Black Adam was convinced by Isis to give her little brother a small portion of his power, and he started calling himself Osiris. But it's like the only time Black Adam ever actually passed some of his power on to others. And that was like the only time there was someone who had the same powers as Black Adam from the same set of gods as him. But he hasn't done that since New 52. Since New 52 and Rebirth, yeah, so far Black Adam, it's just been Black Adam, no other member, no some sort of like Black Adam family, like how you have the Shazam family, the Black Shazam family. There was actually like this little fan fiction someone made where So the way this story went was that this guy, he had the powers of the wizard, but it was kind of like the powers of the wizard, but he got his powers from some other higher being, and he was treated basically as an expendable asset, because he was only meant to have the power temporarily. It was like the power of Shazam, except on a much smaller scale. Like, he was stronger and faster than a regular human, but not so much that he couldn't be killed by humans, though. Or I think like he just had the power like the lightning. But if I remember, how did it go? It was pretty good. It wasn't bad, actually. But anyways, because of what have happened, this was before New 52. Because of people like Shazam and Black Adam passing their powers on to others, and the powers being used so recklessly, it was decided by some other higher being that this new person would get the power of the wizard, but again on a much smaller scale, where most of the things that could kill a human or low-level superhumans, it could kill him as well. And he was meant to be more of an assassin, like a hitman of sorts.
Select a mentor as a guideline for data application.
Let's see. Magic minutes.
Select power group in the available. Select input mode. Select weapon specialties from available data. Display exabyte download summary. Appearance options now available. Modify any category as desired. Accept download when ready.
I just realized all the human or human-looking characters I made, I've only made 3. No. I made 3 that are literal just 3 different versions of the same character. Let's see. I have Najax, the original, and then the evil Najax, and then Brother Man, who's just the good Najax when he was younger. And then I have Madam Washington. That's 3 black guys, a younger version of another, and one is the evil version. Madam Washington is Caucasian. Nah, I'm thinking too hard on it. Do I want to make him an Asian, like a sort of Asian character? An Asian Shazam. Well, actually, no, that's not a far-fetched idea, because one of Billy's one of his foster brothers is Asian or of Asian descent. He's the one member of the Shazam family who wears all black, or not who wears black or gray. There's him. Oh, speaking of Shazam, I actually just remembered that they recently just brought back Superboy Prime. Like, apparently something's gonna happen where Superboy Prime goes up against the Shazam family. I can't wait for that. Superboy Prime is one of my favorite villains. I'm at a loss here. Ooh, what if I made him glowing? Yeah, I'll go with that. Royal Wings. Wait, where's the electric pants? You have the electric top, but not the electric pants. See? Electric. Oh, I didn't even have it. I just skipped it. Yeah, I wish I had a fork. Man, it sucks knowing that a lot of the items they let you start off with really aren't that impressive, if at all. Tattered split. I've yet to find any reason to give someone a short cape. It just doesn't look that good. Wait, didn't Captain Marvel originally have a short cape? Yeah, I think he did. The lava rock looking skin. Yeah, the lava skin and the rock skin are pretty cool. The chrome skin is also pretty awesome, especially if you're trying to create someone based off of Captain Atom. I'll go with rounded. No, I don't think I want his skin to be pure white or nothing. Like when your gear is just cosmetic and your power-up stuff is just stuff put in slots. Okay, I'm kind of confused on what you mean by that. Let's see, makeup. I think the costume would look much better without all this other stuff. Let's see, back. So get rid of the cape. There we go. Slick back hair.
Download successful.
What should I name this guy? You know, I tried to create a female speedster who had lightning and try to name her Beamlight, but eventually, for some reason, I just got bored with the idea and just scrapped the character altogether. As far as like trying to create characters who are supposed to be like gods, whenever I create a sort of god character or divine character, I always put the name in all caps. Well, except for Najax. Him, I'm still sticking with the whole thing of him being a mortal who's bound to a god. Just puts his name in all caps just because to him it looks cool. But I want to start making more characters like that as part of my the series that I'm still working on. The clothes themselves have the bonus. So to change bonuses or power-ups, you change clothes. Nah, I never did like that idea. Now, what can we name this guy? I'm pretty sure the name Thunderstrike is already taken. Is it? How much you want to bet someone already has the name Thunderstrike? Thunder... What the hell? Oh. Ah, damn it, I knew it. Dang it. Wait, that's supposed to strike right? Oh, yeah, I spelled it right. Man, what if I put a period in front of it? How are periods and hyphens considered invalid characters? So weird when the game does stuff like this. It makes no sense. I've seen other people put hyphens in their names, and yet somehow those aren't considered invalid. Makes no sense. Thunder strikes. Hey, do I have enough? No, I do not. Damn, I knew I should have got that while I was at Walmart.
Download successful.
Well, I'm just glad they make him look stereotypically Asian. Or I don't know how stereotypically Asian I can make a character look in this game. I think the only way I could have made him look very stereotypically Asian is if for one, if I made his skin like super yellow. If I either did that and somehow make his eyes look like they were almost shut, like almost closed the whole time.
Well, you were capable enough to get out of Brainiac's ship. Good. Welcome to Sheeta's Den, one of many nightclubs throughout Gotham and Metropolis that
Wait, I made him a villain?
For our kind of folk. You can find all kinds of things here.
I originally intended him to be a hero.
I am the goddess Circe.
Oh, well, I can work with him being a villain.
Not all of Brainiac's targets are strong enough to escape him. Turn your magic to my cause, and we will rule this planet with our power. The first step is destroying the strongholds Dr. Fate and the Sentinels of Magic have made in Chinatown. Show them they cannot stand against our might.
Now that I think about it, since I decided to make him magic, he'd be like the only character I have as the only character who has a magic mentor besides Karana. Because my other villains, Najax, the evil Najax and Kureya, they have Lex Luthor and Joker respectively. Electric Blast. Yeah, villains. Yeah, they do get to have more fun since, unlike heroes, they don't have to worry about trying to maintain a certain image. They don't have to worry about whether people think too highly of their actions because they just don't care. Villains have never been known for caring about what the public thinks. They just care about getting what they want in the end. It's just a matter of how many villains are so uncaring to the point that they can kill a lot of people and not care, like Joker. Well, Joker, it's not that he doesn't care. He does care. Because to him it's funny.
This is Gotham Now, and I'm Vicky.
It's more like people like Circe and Lex Luthor who don't care how many people they have to kill as long as they get what they want in the end.
He's leveling entire neighborhoods in his quest to regain the exobites. Luckily, a whole new generation has risen to fight this menace. Some led by our own Batman and, believe it or not, the Joker. These are our best hope against the alien menace.
Those smug signals have taken over Chinatown.
This area was built over powerful occult magic, which can tip either toward good or evil. Dr. Fate has created a purifying ward in the hopes of trapping the demon lord Trigon in his dimension. His Sentinels of Magic think their pitiful enchantments can stop us. Show them they are sadly mistaken.
The Lord will be elected, despite your evil. The Lord will protect the people. You can't stop all of our wardings.
I gotta think of a backstory for this guy. For every character, it's like I don't necessarily make I don't know how to explain this. Like the evil Najax, he has Lex Luthor as his mentor, but I made it to where
like the depths of space.
He often, like, even though his power unlike the good Najax, the evil Najax, his power comes from a celestial. Part of explaining why he's more powerful than his heroic counterpart. well, I'd say semi-heroic, because my original Najax, this is why I really need to change the name.
This world will suffer you no longer.
Because the one I keep referring to as the good Najax, I only call him that because I wanted to call him Chaos Man, but Chaos Man was apparently already taken. But I didn't know about like some of the tricks people use to give their character a name, like putting certain numbers in places of letters, or putting lowercase letters on both sides of the person's name. I need to get me one of those things that allows you to change the character's name from the marketplace. I gotta find out what that's called, or not what it's called, how much it costs. Here we go. Respect token. Power, personality, body, movement.
An excellent start. Now, the Sentinel base is guarded by a protective
Here it is.
spell, which
Character
only
name
grants
change
access
device.
to the pure of heart.
$900. Damn, 900.
Find Brother Blood's cultists. They'll give you
Let's see. Do I have? No, I do not.
spell.
Oh, I can't forget to take all of this. Man, there's a lot of stuff I forgot that I bought off the marketplace for all my characters. So let's see. The one who I keep referring to as the evil Najax, he's the one originally who got the name Najax. But anyways, his power comes from a cosmic entity. So you would think that it would make sense to have him work for Cersei, but no, I decided to make him work. Like, he has all that power, but he decides to work for someone like Lex Luthor. Seeing as how Lex Luthor actually has money to pay people, unlike Cersei. Or Joker has money to pay people as well, but anyways, so he works for Lex Luthor. He usually gets hired often by Lex Luthor.
Incantations in the scroll are difficult to make out.
But out of all the characters I created, man, a lot of these people just love to talk. But by the lore, he is the most powerful character that I have. Definitely, I would describe him as very psychotic and practically bloodthirsty like Joker, but with a bit more restraint.
Sure, Mrs. Polly, I'd be happy to run to the store for your shirt. Get out of my face!
Like, unlike Joker, at least Najax, he can occasionally feel sorry for people who are victims of his craziness, for lack of a better term. You know, that's the thing about characters who are blatantly psychotic, who just go around killing people left and right. It's like where you can somehow make them just as describe them, these psychopathic killers, but also make them sort of somehow like sympathetic to where people can feel sorry for them. To the point where you can actually end up rooting for that person. Like Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber. What's he? Sweeney Todd, Demon Barber, Fleet Street, I think it's called.
Why are you doing this to me?
Oh, why would you attack me?
It burns!
You've done enough damage for one.
I'm trying to remember what other characters who are killers and sociopaths but are written in a way that almost makes them sympathetic. Hey, what was that dude from that TV show? Dexter, I think it was his name. If I remember, he's another example. Damn! Oh, I remember now the loadout. You know, earlier I was talking about how I could have made. So my idea for Thunderstrike is that he's Asian. But I think like the only ways that I could have made him stereotypically Asian is like one I said where I made his eyes somehow look like they were completely shut, like Asians are, like an Asian's eyes often look in a comic book or in a cartoon, which is that's kind of creepy to me. When like whenever there's a character who's supposed to be Asian and they appear in a comic, or not even just Asians as stereotypes, but characters in general whose eyes are always closed, like Shazam, back when he was originally known as Captain Marvel, when he made his debuts during the Golden Age of comics. Remember, a lot of times when he appeared, he often had his eyes closed. And I'm thinking to myself, open your fucking eyes, how the fuck can you see anything? Or like Goro Diamond from the King of Fighters, that dude always has his eyes closed.
Now, the Sentinel base is guarded by a protective spell, which only grants access to the pure of heart. Ha! Find Brother Blood's cultists.
Yeah, that's another stereotype I could have done for Thunderstrike, where just because he's Asian, just give him martial arts. I'm thinking of giving him a hand-to-hand combat style, but I think it's just going to be brawling. So basically brawling and hand blast. But as far as brawling, that's going to wait till later.
You Cersei's new spell slinger. This'll suck the good right out of the pure.
I'm still trying to think of a name for him though.
Don't bother using it on anyone else. Have fun.
Now, use that gem to drain essence from the innocent. Enough essence, and you can enter the Sentinel base and steal the demonic eye of sin.
Sweet. Ooh, I like that. Definitely makes sense for him to have that, all things considered. So I think that's like the only way you can make a character stereotypically Asian in a game like this. Make their eyes look like they're somehow completely shut the whole time. Give them martial arts. And make their skin like super yellow. Like almost bright yellow. I remember they did that with Shang-Chi when he made his debut in comics. His skin was super yellow. Like to the point where you'd think, like almost yellow to the point you'd think he was a character off from The Simpsons. Where the hell am I supposed to go? Oh, steal Vanguard souls, harvest innocent essence.
I warned you.
One thing I hate about doing this mission is for some reason the Vanguards, they're so spread far apart it's hard to find them.
Get out of my face.
Seriously, a dude in a costume with the power to manipulate electricity, and your first instinct is to talk shit to him.
Charity's great. We've raised $20,000 in country already.
Sheesh, fuck off, dude. It's so weird when people do that. It's like, I get it, we're on opposing teams, but you acting like like you can somehow hurt me by doing all this weird shit. Like you're literally just hitting air. Well, there's always those people in. There's always those people in online doing weird shit like that. You always got those weirdos where, for some reason, their whole thing is just acting weird or obnoxious. It's just a matter of if they acknowledge that what they're doing is obnoxious and they're doing it on purpose, or they call themselves doing something harmless and probably thinking, oh, this person just doesn't have a sense of humor, or they don't know how to have fun because that's all I'm doing. I'm not doing anything wrong. Those sort of narcissists who believe that what they're doing is not wrong. Somehow it's either just fine or it's I don't know what else it is. I don't know. It's bad enough running into people like that in MMOs, like this guy right here. See? It's worse enough when you meet people like that in real life, especially when you have to work with them. Like, this dude, I talked about him before in my streams, but this dude was so damn narcissistic. In his mind, he really thought that everything revolved around him and what he wanted, that he was always right and never wrong, somehow.
If I ever find out who you are, you're gonna hear from my lawyer. No.
I'm just glad I'm not narcissistic like that. Like, seriously, narcissistic to the point of being straight up delusional. Earth, what, A? Huh. Need one more Vanguard.
Sure, Mrs. Paul.
Wishing they weren't so difficult to find. Come on! Need to find one more.
No further.
Please, yes, it's a Vanguard.
Enough. You have all the essence you need to enter the Sentinel's base. Go there now and take what is rightfully ours.
Man, the voltaic style really works well for someone who has electricity as power. Somehow I keep forgetting. I think it's when I reach level 9 that I can give him that ability that boosts his speed a bit.
We're under attack. Everyone, run for your life! Someone help! Run!
Wait, I just now noticed this aura that I got. I can die already. I forget what this Green Lantern based aura Once you buy it, you automatically equip it. Man, these guys just don't want to go down easily.
The Eye of Sin is protected by 3 flames of containment in the nearby antechambers. Reposition the flames to steal the eye.
Give me one moment, please.
We can't let the shield be breached.
You know what really would have been kind of freaky is if, since it's called the Eye of Sin, if literally, I see you, Flip. If literally it was like an actual eye that you're trying to collect. That'd be creepy. Like the item you're trying to collect is an actual eye that you hold in your hand. Ugh. Can't imagine that feeling good to hold. I don't know, unless you're wearing gloves. Hell, even if I had gloves on, I would not want to touch something like that. I don't know why, but referring to it as the Eye of Sin reminds me of the name of that one powerful demon that you fight. If I remember, I think it's at the end of the very first Doom game, and it's also in Doom Eternal. It's Doom Eternal for sure, but I can't remember if it was Doom 1 or 2, where you fight the final boss known as the Icon of Sin, which is basically an extremely powerful demon. Although the one in Doom Eternal is much better, because in the first game it shows up in, I still can't remember if it was Doom 1 or 2. It's basically just a big ass face in a wall. But it's an actual giant humanoid demon in Eternal, which is pretty nice.
I was around for the last demon up there. I won't do it again. What you are freeing. No.
Electricity is one of my favorite powers. Electricity, quantum physics.
I've read this lexicon twice and can still only ask where the bathroom is.
Just so you know, the Eye of Sin is not Trigon's actual eyeball, in case you were wondering.
That would have been so cool.
You now hold the Eye of Sin. Use it to corrupt mortal souls into wrath demons and tip the balance in Chinatown back to us, where it belongs.
Time is at 11:20. Yeah, I should be getting ready to go to bed. Probably like around 12. Cause I gotta get ready for work tomorrow. That was kind of creepy.
The wards will be erected, despite your evil. Magic is the lifeblood of the universe. Our wards will protect the people. Villain, you will not stop my warding spell.
I don't know how I missed that guy when he was right in front of me.
So strong, and yet so stupid. Impose your will on them, and direct their rage at the Sentinel stronghold.
Nope, not level 9 yet. It's very good, these places are all conveniently together. Oh man. Spent the whole time flying the wrong direction, didn't even know it. Man, I'm really starting to drift off to sleep there. Oh, right, summon wrath demons. I keep doing that so often, just go in and just start attacking. Hey buddy, you mind? Holy shit! Man, that is too many people for me to be trying to take on at this level. I'm only level 7. Give me a break here. I'm gonna complete this mission and then I'm gonna probably call it quits. Wow, really? You beat me that far? Let's see. Overload your target with electrical discharge, damaging it. Additional attacks will charge them until they explode, causing additional damage to themselves and nearby enemies. I think I'm just gonna watch YouTube until it's time to go to sleep.
Show up. Now those are my kind of guys.
Yeah, sure they are.
Now, to destroy the Ankh of power inside the Sentinel base. Use the orbs inside to summon demons again.
Cersei is definitely someone who loves to hear herself talk. See, as far as characters with lightning-based powers, there's Shazam, and the whole Shazam family, but mainly Shazam himself. So see Shazam, Black Adam. What other lightning-based characters are there? Oh yeah, Black Lightning, Static. That's all I know. Oh yeah, what the fuck was her name? I just remembered her. Fucking. Oh yeah, Livewire. Although I think out of everyone I just said, I think Shazam and Black Adam are the only ones who can actually control lightning. Everyone can control electricity, or at least and their bodies can't conduct electricity, but I don't think they can control lightning. That makes me wonder how that works. Like, I know there's a lot of characters who they're shown to be able to control electricity and lightning. Like Cole McGrath from Infamous, he can do that. Like, his power over electricity is so great, not only can he control basic electricity, but he can also control lightning directly. He can pull lightning directly from the sky. Same thing for Johnny Ohm from Marvel Nemesis. He's another person who can do that.
Forget the shield. Take down the intruder.
But I know definitely just because you can control electricity, even though lightning is electricity, not necessarily can you control lightning if you can control electricity as well. Which I'm pretty sure, I think is the case with Livewire, Black Lightning, and Static. Oh, there's clearly nothing right there worth finding. But I wonder, I'm pretty sure with Shazam, he can control, in addition to controlling lightning, magical lightning, he can also control electricity. But I wonder, if he can he absorb like electricity through his hands from an electrical outlet? And if he does that electricity he's absorbing, does that become magical? Because that's how his powers work, it's fueled by magic.
Doctor's fate will finish you.
So I think I'm going to make it to where part of this character I just now made, what the hell did I call it? Oh yeah, Thunderstrike. Part of his powers is definitely... No, his power is everything he can do is all magic based. magic that he learned at some point in history. Still can't really get much other than that out the way. I'm gonna have to think more of his origin story later on.
Dr. Fate will finish you.
I don't know why this looked like a secret passage from a distance to me. Then again, I played this game multiple times. I don't know, maybe I was thinking of another stage for a brief moment, or another area during the mission. Because I vaguely remember there being something like that, where you turn around the corner, and then you see the wall, and one of those pathways is a secret tunnel you can travel through. I believe I'm remembering that correctly. Wouldn't be the first time I was so damn wrong by all means.
Dr. Fate, today you and your sentinels will fall. We'll have your blood.
Antion, Anubi, Necronius. Witness the power of order and...
What I like about stuff like the health items that you can smash to get health, as the name itself basically explains. What I like is how they change the aesthetic of it. So most places you go is a giant canister, but when you go to any magic place areas, like right here, it's a crystal. Sheesh, Ripley thinks he's Harry Potter or something. I don't know why it is that every time I turn my back trying to get the info node, I expect Blood to have already handled it. Because I know for some weird reason NPCs, they don't really do that much damage on their own. Well, ally NPCs.
And his Ankh defeated, the door to Trigon's dimension opens. When Trigon rises, I will remember the part you played.
Still wonder if I should have made him a hero.
It is done! With the Ankh drained, the door to Trigon's dimension opens. Brother Blood's cultists prepare the ritual even now. As for you, meet Brother Blood at the safe house for your reward.
Can't say if that was a good mission or not, being able to team up with Brother Blood, because that dude's a real creep. One of those type of characters so creepy, they could take something that usually sounds cool or awesome and somehow make it sound disturbing with the way they speak. I remember there was something like that happened in one of the 7 Max games. I think it was the third one, Devil's Playhouse, where someone was telling Max the rabbit, I don't know, something that he said to get the information he needed.
Yes,
he had to use mind reading.
now his demonic energy manifests.
But the way the guy was talking, the way the dude was talking in that game just sounded,
Stop them, won't you?
Oh my goodness, shut the fuck up.
Trigon.
What's bad is that as soon as he starts talking, fucking calculator wants to come in out of nowhere and do a long ass speech himself. I'm like, I ain't trying to hear all that shit. Say this for another time. See why you don't get more like this? This little like this XP plus booster box. You only get it once. After that, you can't really buy anymore. Cause I think like about it. Buy those booster packs for XP. Because I know they basically become pointless by the time you reach level 30, and it's a matter of raising your combat rating. But it'd be nice to still be able to buy more of those. So once the first one is used up, you can use the next one to gain bonus XP for an hour. But oh well, they don't have that as an option. So I'll save that for another time. Switch the weapons. Jeez, it's been a while too since I last streamed DC Universe Online. Don't want to go as far as to say a month. I don't think it's been that long since I last streamed this game. Well, let me look. Let's see, DC Universe Online. It's right there. Let's see, DC Universe Online. Here we are, DC. Well, so the last time I streamed DC Online was, oh, it was only just 1 month ago. Felt more like it was 2. Now that that's done, I already said I was gonna leave it here and just worry about getting ready for bed, cause well, it's only 11:38. Man. Oh well, I'm just rambling at this point. So thanks to everyone who tuned in. This is where I sign off, and I hope to talk to you all in the next stream. See ya.